We always load coal from Newcastle, Australia, sometimes from China or Indonesia, but at that time, we loaded coal from Newcastle, Australia, and will be delivered to Masin Loc, Symbols, Philippines. It was a holiday season, and will be arriving the Philippines, around December 23rd. My families are so excited, when they've learned we're going to the Philippines. We arrived in Masin Loc, Philippines, December 23rd nighttime. As I waited for my family's arrival, I advancedly performed maintenance in the engine room, and had prepared a cabin for them to stay. My families arrived on December 24th, morning with my wife Irene, my son Justin, my mother Vicky and brother Jesse, my sister Winnie, and also came along are my sister-in-law Jovi, our friend Shane, and Irene's sister Amy. They traveled around 7 hours, from Manila to Symbols. They also brought some of my favorite cooked foods. They were so excited, so immediately they toured around the ship and took some pictures, as they enjoyed the scenic views around. Pictures at the officers' mess room. They slept at the ship's spare cabin, which is just close to my cabin. My mom slept on the couch, my son Justin, my sister Winnie, my brother Jesse and her wife Jovi slept on the floor, while our friend Shane and Amy slept on the bunk. The cabin aren't so big enough for them, but will surely fit them. Of course my wife Irene slept with me at my cabin. Just telling my son Justin to be a good boy while I am away. We went ashore to buy some presents when they get back home. Some foods and local delicacies. And lunch date at a specialty restaurant. Time flies so fast that my family have to go back home and disembark to spend the New Year's Eve at home and look after my younger daughter Diane. Except for my wife Irene, who spend the New Year Eve with me and other cruise families. My wife Irene and other families disembarked early morning. After New Year's Day, they have to disembark 4 hours prior to the ship's departure schedule. We have a great time spent with our families during the Christmas, New Year season, and just a chance opportunity being with them. But for sure we'll be missing them again. We departed Masin Loc, Philippines after lunchtime, while my wife and other missus waited for their ride back home. The ship loaded logs from Tonga, New Zealand, and unloaded the logs on deck, in Manila, Philippines, where we embarked and relieved the off-signer cruise, at the South Harbor, Gate 1. The cargo hold logs are unloaded in Nagoya, Japan, where most of the ship's crews goes ashore for the ship's fumigation, for 24 hours. We had some good time at a small karaoke bar, and slept at the Filipino store and toured the place in the morning. We returned to the ship early evening. This ship also loaded coal from Camphor, Vietnam. While at anchorage the ship must load coal due to draft limit, and fully loaded when shifted to berth. When on anchorage, some business sampan boat came alongside the ship's accommodation ladder side, where you can buy souvenirs. They will cook food for you. Others also have karaoke machines, and you can stay on their boats while eating and drinking some beers. While I was on board, the ship loaded wheat, grains, in Melbourne, Australia. It took some time to load grains, because it was a rainy weather. So we have more time to go ashore to stroll around the city center, and visited the mission to Seafarers, where one family each night hosted and entertains guest seamen. Thank you, we enjoyed the evening.